Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's math lesson, making picture graphs. A picture graph is a graph, but instead of using bars or dots or circles or tallies, we're going to be using pictures of the items we're measuring. So today we're going to jump in with our essential question, which is, how can I record and analyze data? Now, there's a few words in here I wanted to really look at, especially data. We talked about data last time, and data, if you remember, means information. So how can I record? So that means like write down or understand. So write down and analyze, which means understand and find different meanings in data or information. Well, there's lots of different ways. We can collect tally marks. We can ask people. We could use counters. So if you're counting, you go, well, I'm going to use circles every time someone answers this, or lots of different ways. But we're going to be talking about more efficient ways of looking at it. So let's jump right in. It says, how can you use data to create a picture graph? Well, it looks like we have 5 tallies and 5 bananas. Is there a way that we can combine these things? Is there a way that we can use it to tell the same information? And I want to give you a second to think about it as we move forward. The way we can combine these is what's called a picture graph. So let's read this. Students were surveyed about their favorite insect. The results are shown on the tally chart. Use the tally chart to make a picture graph. So they have our tallies, and they even wrote the total for us. Sometimes it's easier just to see that than counting every tiny tally, but it's nice to have both. So 3 students like beetles, 6 students like bees, and 7 students like butterflies. Well, we're not going to make the most detailed pictures, but we don't want to have a sloppy chart. So let's use our information to do our picture graph. Right here it says key, which helps you understand the graph. Each picture equals 1 vote. So 1 beetle would equal 1 student wanting a beetle. I'm not the best at beetles, so I'm going to try my best. With this pen, it's a little harder. Let's see if I'm a little better at bumblebees. I'm going to try my best to line them up so we can measure. And 7 butterflies. So you can get kind of sloppy, but I know when you're working on your paper, you're going to do your best to have a neater picture than I do. Let's see how they did it. Oh, they have it right there. Much better with their pictures of it. Looks like butterfly was the most popular and beetle was the least popular. Let's start on this, because now we're going to use information in a word problem, and we're going to use that information to make a graph. Lindy conducted a survey to find out students' favorite toys. 4 students chose a kite. I'm going to write 4 here so I don't forget. 2 more students chose a car than a kite. Oh, we're going to have to do some math, so I'm going to make a little note. 4 students like kites, but 2 more liked cars. So I'm going to write that. 4 less students chose a teddy bear than a car. Okay, so now we're really using our brain. 4 less. Well, we know that there are 6 cars now, so I'm going to put that number. And 4 less, so we know we're subtracting. Liked the teddy bears. Only 2 for the teddy bears. Now that we have our numbers, we can draw our pictures. I'm going to try my best to draw my cars. They might look like shoes a little bit. Remember, we're not worried about having the most detailed drawing, as long as you can tell what it is in a picture graph. Oh, that car didn't want a second wheel. And there are 2 teddy bears. My teddy bears don't look too fun. And then kites. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. They're like diamonds. But see, it doesn't have to be perfect art as long as you represent the data and have the correct numbers. Let's go to our explore problem that is on your math packet as well. So I'm going to read the little note on here. We're going to ask 5 classmates to pick their favorite lunch food. Draw a picture in the chart to show each person's choice. So because, again, we don't have classmates with us, you can ask your family members, you can ask your stuffed animals. I actually saw Courtney and Ashley, a shout out to you two, on their work. They called family and friends, which I thought was really awesome. A good way to connect with people during these times. So we're going to draw a picture to show each choice. Well, let's see, my imaginary students were drawing instead of putting a tally mark. And say 2 people like soup. And 2 people like pizza. 1 person likes a sandwich. Remember, it doesn't have to be the most detailed picture, but as long as you know what it is. So I have my 5 votes. Just getting in that practice of drawing. So you show data with a picture graph. And remember, data means information, and the pictures are a symbol for the data. So picture, a symbol means it just represents. So if I had, like the bananas, there were 5 tallies for 5 bananas. Or if I had 1 piece of pizza equals 1 vote. It's just another way of showing. So it says favorite color marble. We're going to practice here. It says the key tells us how many each symbol stands for. I even have that there. As an extension, sometimes you might see 1 pizza equals 2 votes, and you have to count by 2. That's why it's important to check your key before you do any work. But right now we're mainly looking at the 1 picture equals 1 vote. You can go ahead and trace your marbles for blue and red. And then we're going to jump right into number 1. We're going to do number 1 together, and then I'm going to let you guys go and see all the great work that you do. So for tennis shoes, it looks like we have 3 tennis shoes, 5 flip-flops, and 1 boot. And they even gave us a picture of what it can kind of look like, so that'll help me draw so I don't have a blob for each one. So my tennis shoes, I'm going to do with a little bow. Tennis shoes. Oh man, my tennis shoes aren't as neat. Flip-flops. I'm going to try to do it with the V to show a flip-flop. We have 5. Oh, and as you see, we have our key. Each shoe equals 1 vote. And then we have 1 boot. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now that we have it, our picture chart drawn, I just want to ask one closing question. How are picture graphs different from tally charts? We talked about a lot of ways that they are the same, but how are they different? I want to hear what some of your responses are. So when you're working, if you want, you can respond down in the comments, letting me know how picture graphs are different from tally charts. Well, I'm going to let y'all go. I believe in you. I can't wait to see your great work. Bye, guys.